government have to get involved? Are we potentially at a point where we might actually lose the financial system as we know it?
If the government doesn't get involved, there is a risk of a global meltdown of the global financial system.
This is a financial crisis, and anyone who doesn't admit that is just kidding themselves.
Holy are you, holy are you. There is no God but you. There is no God but you.
I need to talk to y'all for a minute.
Praise be the Lord.
All right, let's get it. And this is the introduction, man. Words are used by people to communicate every day. Yet, most people still do not realize how words shape their lives and perception. Did you know that most people speak over 7,000 words per day? And as of May 2016, there are about 7.4 billion people living on Earth. If you multiply 7,000 words by 7.4 billion people, you get 51 trillion. It says 51 trillion 800,000 800 million. I mean, that's a big ass number right here. You know what I'm saying? But it just says 51. I'm just going to break it down. It says 51.8 trillion words. This means that at least 51.8 trillion words are spoken every day. Even though people hear and speak words all the time, most of them have little or no clue as to how powerful words are. And if you read the Bible, you should know. But y'all don't be reading your Bibles. Folks haven't been reading their Bibles. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning was the Word. The Word is God. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. You know what I'm saying? You know, what comes out, what did Jesus say? What comes out of a man defiles the man. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, like I said, it's all in the scriptures, but you just ain't paying attention. You just ain't reading it. Words are not just elements of speech or writing, because when words are spoken aloud, they transform into sound, which is frequency and vibration. Words also carry information, which plays an important role in communication. Without information, we will have a hard time learning things and communicating to another. That is true. Without information, we will have a hard time learning things and communicating to one another. That's also important too. That's the reason why if you go to a foreign country, it's always good to learn their language, because you be just looking like a dumbass, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, because words carry information and sound frequency and vibration, they play a very important role in our lives. Furthermore, they can be used to harness the power of energy. As mankind, we did not always rely heavily on words to communicate, because we used to have a strong telepathic bond with one another. Yeah, until that jealous guy came through in the book of Genesis, when they was building up the Tower of Babel, and the jealous guy got mad and confounded everybody's language. Yeah, that jealous guy is a trip, boy. He's a motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Due to certain tragic events in our past that caused the higher elements of our DNA to, in a sense, mutate and turn off, many words were introduced by the dark forces as hypnotic symbols to manipulate and control our minds. One of the sources of the dark forces' malevolent behaviors is a cosmic virus. This virus is not your common virus, because it is very intelligent. The main goal of the cosmic virus is to infect all living things in the universe with its selfish and destructive thoughts. Many people's minds are infected with the selfish and destructive thoughts of the cosmic virus, especially people who have strong psychopathic traits. Like any virus, the goal of the cosmic virus is to drain its host of energy until it dies. And therefore its mission is to cause death and destruction throughout the universe. Ain't that a flip? Then the Bible said the devil came to kill, steal, to destroy, right? Well, that's what that sounds like. That force right there. You know what I'm saying? See the devil that y'all believed in is really a force. Anyway, the good news is that this virus can only infect us when we live in a state of ignorance. Well, when we live in a state of ignorance, fear, hatred, and irresponsibility. As we learn to peaceably live with one another and heal our bodies and activate the higher elements of our DNA, our frequency will increase beyond the limit of cosmic virus, making us immune to it. Today, many scientists like to refer to the higher elements of our DNA as junk DNA because they believe these elements have no function. I wish I would believe somebody tell me I got some junk. You got junk DNA, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all gonna believe that crap, but I ain't in the world I'm gonna believe, oh, this is just some, what is that? Oh, just some junk. Yeah, whatever. Why are you fucking with me then? Why you following me around on the damn place? Why you paying people or whatever, mind controlling people to stalk me all over the damn place if I just got junk DNA? Get out my face. The devil is a liar. There is nothing junk about the higher elements of our DNA because nature would never create something that has no role to play in the progression of the universe. Our so-called junk DNA contains the higher and more powerful elements of our DNA because of this, it holds some of the keys to unlocking memories of our true history and activating our dormant spiritual powers. Telepathy. The reason that our junk DNA or dormant DNA does not seem to function is because the frequencies of our bodies are not vibrating in harmony with it, right? Causing it to turn off. You gotta be in alignment, people. You gotta be in alignment. And guess what? In order for you to get in alignment, you got to educate yourself because my people shall perish from lack of knowledge. That's the reason why you're dying, because you're stupid. I got to come at you real. Cutthroat. You're stupid. Educate yourself. Tune into Gangstar Simulation. Hit the like, share, subscribe. All right. In our current physical condition, turn on all the higher elements of our DNA at the same time will destroy our health. In our current physical condition, turning on all the higher elements of our DNA at the same time will destroy our health. The current state of our bodies cannot handle the higher frequency energy that travels through the higher elements of our DNA. To safely activate our dormant DNA without damaging our bodies, we need to slowly increase the frequencies of our bodies to the point where they harmonize with the frequencies of our dormant DNA. Once this happens, our dormant DNA, the bodies will communicate and function properly. Because the higher elements of our DNA are, in a sense, turned off, our spiritual powers and higher senses are weakened, making it easier for the dark forces to use words to deceive us. All the languages of mankind have been distorted by the dark forces. Y'all hear that? Not some of the languages. My man right here saying all the language. I'm gonna have to highlight that when I get done. All the languages of mankind have been distorted by the dark forces. And I'm gonna keep it real with you. Out of all those languages, for sure, the English language, that is the most bastardized word and language that you can, because it's so trickery. They tell you to pray. And then they spell it Pray, but then they say you don't want to be a prey because a predator preys on you and you be a prey. If you're being preyed on, now you're a victim. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pray just to make it today. You know what I'm saying? Like we say these things, like by you saying I gotta pray, you basically, it's like really the universe probably don't even really understand what you're saying. The universe probably just taking it as you saying that you're a prey. And if you're talking about you a prey, then you're gonna get preyed on. The beast is on your ass. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta be careful, how we use these words of English. I mean, like even the word bless. They say, oh, I'm blessed. But then they separate it and it says be less. You know what I'm saying? They the word parent. We call ourselves parents. You got kids? You say, I'm a parent. But parent. PAIRRENT. You know what I'm saying? Parent. Like you're a pair. You, the father and the mother, y'all pair, and you're renting your children. So you gotta understand the English language, because if you don't pay attention to it, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna get trapped into it because it's a spell. And this is why they teach you spelling in school. Well, they used to anyway. I don't know if they still do, but spelling, you had a spelling test. You know what I'm saying? Or they used to teach us curse words. Cursive. Not curse words, but cursive. And I ain't gonna lie, I like cursive. I think that's it's amazing if you really, really know how to write in cursive. It comes out real. I never was a real good cursive writer myself, but when I see people that write cursive, it's amazing if you got real nice handwriting. But why do they call it curse? That's the key word. That's what we need to focus on. Why they say cursive? You know what I'm saying? Why are we cursing? It just don't make no sense. But these people that created these words know what they're doing. Spells, especially y'all scary folk. Oh, voodoo and witchcraft. You know what I'm saying? But you don't even know that if you went to public school, man, they done did voodoo and witchcraft on your mind already with your punk ass. You just duped. You don't, and then you'll call me crazy because you don't want to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And oh, he's tripping, man. Oh, school is great, dude. You know what I'm saying? And they still teaching Christopher Columbus discovered America, just still lying to y'all. And you still believing in it. You know what I'm saying? Just like some of y'all believe that 9/11, 9/11 was a real event. You know what I'm saying? So some of y'all just ignorant like that. You know what I'm saying? Blue pill. But if you here tuned in, then hopefully you'll wake up eventually. But it says all the languages of mankind have been distorted by the dark forces, allowing them to use many words as magic spells to manipulate us. However, they can only manipulate us when we do not know how to use the words wisely. Okay, y'all understand that? It says when you study the origin and history of words and languages and investigate their connection to certain secret societies, oh shit, you should eventually realize that all languages are interconnected on a very deep level. You damn right. Furthermore, you should eventually know that the secrets of the universe and the true history of mankind are hidden in words. Another word, remember I did on the other video, they was saying that they said that working, or are you working? Are you working? If you got a job, you say I'm working. And we spell it WORKING. But on the video it broke it down saying that they named it working because working. Are you working? I'm working. Then they said working. You know what I'm saying? They broke it down like you were WEREKING. You were a king. You working. So if you got a job and you're working, that means you're no longer a king because you were a king before you became working. I'm trying to tell y'all it's tricknology, it's spells, and it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But if you don't study this, you will never see it because it's hidden right in plain sight. All right, let's get it. When you study the origin, did I read this before? It said when you study the origin and history of words and languages and investigate the connection to certain secret societies, you should eventually realize that all languages are interconnected on a very deep level. Furthermore, we should eventually know that the secrets of the universe and the true history of mankind are hidden in words. By the end of this book, you will know why all languages of mankind are interconnected and how to decipher words to find their hidden definition and spiritual meanings, giving you the knowledge to use words to create your reality and manifest heaven on earth. That's right. Heaven on earth. You ain't got to die to go there. Heaven on earth. They done lied to you, player. They done gave you a fake Jesus. Say, don't worry, you gonna get heaven when you die, you punk bitch. We gonna gang stalk you until your dying day. By learning how to decipher words to find their spiritual meanings, you also enhance your ability to understand the knowledge of God, making it easier for you to achieve spiritual freedom and eternal life. Ain't that something? I'm gonna stop it. That's the end of the introduction. The introduction was fire. You know what I'm saying? Fire introduction, player. If you don't get something out of that, then I don't know what's wrong with you. Holla back, y'all. DB Gang Talk Simulation, man, the best channel on YouTube. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. $sign to Christ 777. If you're generous, hit it up. Send something. $sign to Christ 777. You will be. Now I ain't gonna say blessed because that's be less. You will be more. How about that? You will be rewarded for looking out for the star seeds on the planet. You see what I'm saying? Because if you donate to me, you donate to the cosmos, player. And with that being said, we out. Holla back.
Those we've deemed expendable need to believe there's a better life waiting for them. They need hope. And we can't allow that illusion to be destroyed.